And we're on for another day of 30-day challenge action. How did you go, everybody? I think talk of 30-day challenge the musical, well, we know we truly arrived when that happens. If they can do Shane Warne the musical, which they're doing here in Melbourne at the moment, anything's possible. But welcome, everybody. How are you going? Good? Excellent. I'll just pretend. See, in the recording, they can't see the chat script. So if you're all going, oh, we're stuffed. We're stuffed. That's good. There's actually some people that are saying good. And so I want to talk about that a little bit today, about pacing, because I can see that there are some people going at it hard. And once you see tomorrow, you'll realise that you just don't have to stress. And that's one of the themes of today's show, is that there really, truly is so much time. We deliberately front-loaded the hard work because we knew that everything from this point on is designed to be easy. And you would have seen with your yesterday's lesson, and indeed today's lesson, using the new Market Samurai content tool. Oh my goodness, how incredible is that? You'll start to see that we've made things really easy. And then, of course, tomorrow is day 6. Day 6. And you thought Market Samurai was cool. So, what are we going to talk about? So, first of all, look, I do want to talk about Market Samurai is working really well for a majority of people. There is definitely a block of people where it is not. It's not working for, and I want to show you something just so you know that we're not immune to all of this. Let me just bring this up for a second. Here we are, screen capture. Look, zeros on my ego search. That's impossible. Look at that. No good. I don't exist, according to Market Samurai. That can't be right. But, and this is what I encourage you to do, is this a Market Samurai problem? Or is indeed this a Google problem? Look. Look what's going on here. Vintage guitar, right? We know that vintage guitar, see? Vintage guitar, the phrase. You can see that, bottom right-hand quadrant. Look. Look what they've done to me. Insufficient data. Insufficient data. Just, oh, you idiot. I didn't switch. Sorry. That really didn't work the way I'd intended. Here we are. Here it is. It's all insufficient data. Look at all of this. And this is what I want to show you, that if you see here, I've got zeros on my searches. Okay? Zeros. Yes, Tim, I am recording. Thanks for reminding me. Zeros. Absolute zeros. Zip, zitch, nothing, which is not the case because, let's face it, I'm everywhere. And you can see here, just by testing a phrase in the Google external keyword tool, vintage guitar, you can see that there's insufficient data. And in fact, if I type any word, you'll see there's insufficient data. Does that mean I'm being banned? No. Does that mean that Market Samurai is not working? No. Does it mean there's some official conspiracy theory that people are out to get me? Maybe. No. 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 That's not the case. It means the data center that I happen to be tapping into at this point in time is doing an update. Just think about this, people. How many phrases are there that they have to do an update on? And so right at this point in time, in fact, I might even refresh it because I just did this before the show. I'll just have a look here just to see if it's coming up. But it's the data center that's and it's still showing zero. If I'm doing, and that's how you test. You've got to, before you say, oh my God, I've had a timeout by Google, or I've had a blah, 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 blah. You just need to actually go to the Google external keyword tool and test, because it could be that your data center is updating, and mine is updating as we speak. Joy to the world. So that's a good opportunity for you to take a walk and just get up from the computer and do it. Now, if there are some people, and there are some people for whatever reason, their computer was built in 1975, or whatever it happens to be, that they can't use Market Samurai, no excuse. I'm sorry, there is just no excuse. Because on both day 2 and day 3, we showed you the traditional methods to come up with phrases. Because let's be absolutely crystal clear. Day 2 and 3, at the end of the day, was about coming up with a main phrase and a couple of support phrases underneath it. That's it. And we wanted, and what Market Samurai does, and this is very important to understand, its best, most important function is to show phrases where you are just going to waste your time. Okay? That is the most important thing that it does. Okay? It just makes sure you don't waste your time. And that's the key thing. Now, so we've shown you a way of doing that. So, you know, if you're struggling with, if you have an issue at any point in the challenge where something that's confusing, it's called challenge for a reason. And how you deal with challenges and how you deal with something going wrong will go a long way, to you being successful or not in this challenge, and bluntly, in life in general, because that's what the 30-day challenge tends to be, is just a little microcosm. It tends to, under the heat of 30 days, it shows up. Oh boy, does it show up. And I'm referring to me. Don't worry, I'm not talking about you guys, I'm talking about me. You know, all your strengths and weaknesses, because that's what it is. It's a challenge. And so your ability to say, right, you know, I'm going to come up with doing this another way. I'm going to remember what the actual objective of each day is. And each day where there's a chance that there's something like a tool that could go wrong, we show you the alternate. Because that way, we're covered. And it bluntly takes away your excuses. Because we want you to continue and succeed. Now, a lot of you, and I know a lot of you, and this goes for moderators and people working on the 30-day challenge as much as participants, are going flat out. You guys are spending a lot of time. This is a marathon, folks. It is not a sprint. It's 30 days. 30 days of action. Not 7, 30. So you need to pace yourselves, folks. You need to pace yourselves. And I can imagine, and this is partly our fault, because you saw what was going on in days 2, 3, and 4, you're thinking, man, if that pace keeps up, we're in trouble. Well, there's no way that we're going to keep up that pace. Don't need to. And tomorrow all will be revealed. It will all become absolutely crystal clear why we made you do this. Okay? And you'll all of a sudden, after tomorrow, realize that I've got nothing to worry about. I'll be able to blow this challenge away. Unlike any other year, I've got to say. In the next couple of days, we could see our first dollar winner by the weekend. Now, the other thing I want to point out, speaking of weekends, is we do have rest days. We didn't have one this past weekend because, frankly, we were just wanting to get you while your enthusiasm was high. But for the rest of the challenge, most Sundays, I think, are off. There's still going to be a video because, let's face it, doing those videos at the zoo are a lot of fun. If you only seen the outtake of the video from the Day 5 video, let me tell you, that was funny. So, for people who are new and for people who are just starting, because, dear mate of mine, Mike Filsane, emailed out to his list yesterday and a whole bunch more people joined the challenge yesterday. You've got heaps and heaps and heaps of time. You just have heaps of time. and you need to pace yourself. And the best thing that you can do in computer in life, and this comes from that Brain Rules book, which I've been getting a lot of feedback from people who've actually picked up that book. Some of the best things that you can do when you're stuck, particularly when you're stuck on the computer, is to get up, get outside, although not in Chicago because that's been nasty weather up there. Get up and go for a walk. A good 30-minute walk will do amazing things. And incredibly, your brain will actually process all of the information better. In fact, it's scientifically proven that if you watch a Guru Bob video and then go for a half an hour walk, you will understand it better when you come back. I'm serious. I'm absolutely serious. It is very much the case. So you're not to panic, and I'm already seeing some panic indications. So if there's I should have had a "Don't Panic: Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy" thing for this thing, and particularly, like I say, when you see what's coming tomorrow is just crazy, just crazy. Yeah, switch over. That's not the panic I was talking about. Thanks for that. Was that Street Theatre demonstration? Yeah, that's beautiful. Switch over. Magnificent. All right, so let's have a look. Okay, first of all, let's show you. Hang on, I'll just move my screens around here. I want to show you the quite amazing Market Samurai competition tools. Now, you've got to understand that this functionality was like released yesterday. The guys in the lab and Rob Somerville have been working very closely with Market Samurai. Like, they dreamed up this particular functionality months ago. And they are all literally wetting themselves. Seriously, we've had to get adult diapers down at the labs because of this functionality. They have been so excited that yes, adult incontinence is rife inside the lab. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's have a look. We'll bring on the Samurai. I'll remember to actually switch the screen this time. Here we go, and action. Okay, so you're all used to the good old Samurai. There we are. Now, if you've opened up, you realised adult nappies is your niche, Nez. That's funny. Hey, adult incompetence can affect the best of us, particularly after seeing Market Samurai functionality like this. So you can see Market Samurai. I've been using Market Samurai mainly for searching me, because, you know, there's nothing more exciting than, you know, searching about myself is basically the way that it goes. Come on, you all ego search. I know you do. Well, I hope you do, because that would mean I'm weird. That would be a problem. Okay, so we're going to do our new keyword. We're going to click guitar amplifier just for some fun. Going to go in the old keyword research. I'm going to generate some keywords, and just to so I can feel solidarity. Remember, my data center that I tap into is currently updating, so I fully expect to get nothing, even though I do know. In fact, I think what you'll find when this pops up is the boys have actually. Oh, you can't see. Hang on, I'll bring that down. We've got a very cool new error message here, which explains what's going on, which is very nice. Okay, I'll click cancel. I do want to get the data, so I'll just grab the ad. Actually, I don't need to get the data at all for this. What am I talking about? I'm an idiot. But just for kicks, I'm going to switch down AdWords and there, so you can still get your phrases. So you can still use the term there. Did you see I clicked on the AdWords filter? Just a little tip for players. But what I really want to show you is this brand new tab here called Find Content. Okay, so you can see we have guitar amplifier as my keyword. We can click Guru Bob suggested e-zine articles as one example, and perhaps use some of the blog searches in Technorati and Google Blog Search. The article content is always going to be something that's more useful. In fact, why don't we just try some articles first. Now, also there was a warning that the Go Articles functionality at this point is still a bit, as we say technically in the business, iffy butty. So if that's the case, you need to figure that out. Market Samurai Boys. So just I'd leave off Go Articles for the moment and click on Find Content. Okay, so we've got 10 e-zine articles, which is fantabulous. And we can see here that we've got some doozies here. We've got choosing the perfect guitar amplifier, picking the right guitar amplifier shopping tips, guitar amplifiers, which amplifier is right for you, more shopping tips, lots of cool stuff. Okay, this is really, really cool. But that's not the coolest. So let's pick one of these. We'll choose the choosing the perfect guitar amplifier. You can see on my screen the Samurai has done a marvelous thing and made that available. We can copy the text of this to keyboard. You might have seen my clipboard. You might have seen my video. I hope you, well, when you do see my video on day 5, you show how I take articles and repurpose them to do that, which is fantastic. You can see you're all doing ego searches on the forum there. It's funny. Okay, so the cool thing though is, and I'll bring this across, is this analyze article. Check this out. This is sick. So we have an analysis of this particular, you can see there's no backlinks to this article. The article has a PR of 2. Incoming, now this, oh, I hope that's right, incoming links 18, and it's slipped. Now keep in mind folks, and hopefully Bob will, Guru Bob will pop up. Sorry, the PC, it's gone completely from my head what the PC is. Anyone for brownie points on the chat window? Phrase count, thank you. How many times the phrase appears, thank you. I can't believe now I did get the IC index count, thank you. How many times? Thanks Bob. And PR of 2 and BL backlinks, thank you. This is, I can't tell you how extraordinary that information is, because it can tell you that there is, that, you know, Google thinks this article, you know, PR2 has got some vague usefulness about it, which is very useful. It hasn't been used much at all. There's not much in the way of backlinks, which is very interesting. And you know, in terms of incoming links, it's quite low as well. So this is sorry, the index count, the number of times it's in Google, is quite low. So you can get an idea for what articles work and what articles will be useful for you to be able to utilize and rework. So it's a very, very cool thing indeed. And the fact that you can, you know, you can copy text in here, and you can click copy text to the clipboard. You can use save as text. You can check the terms of use to make sure you use that. It's pretty psycho. And advanced internet marketers, and I'm certainly not going to go into it here, will know how crazy that is. So you don't have to worry for the 30-day challenge. All you need to know is this is a great way of finding content, because content's going to become, as you will see starting tomorrow, very, very, very important indeed, which is fantastic. So that is marvelente, as they say in the classics. And I think one of the exciting things about this, certainly for me, some months ago, pointed out to the my fellow buds in the internet marketing community that it astounded me that people weren't developing applications on the Adobe Air platform. Sorry, this is getting geeky for a second. But because, and the reasons why, there are two very specific reasons. One's it's cross-platform. First time this type of functionality's ever been, well, in total, this kills everything, but it's the first time any keyword research tool has worked natively on the Macintosh, for example, which is crazy. So that's the first thing, and of course I'm loving the fact that there's all these Linux people doing the challenge this year as well. You know, solidarity. You know, I mean that's hardcore. But the other thing, of course, is the updating. Did you notice how every time you, well, not every time, but like as the guys, particularly, this is the last day where we really focus on Market Samurai as a tool, and we start moving on to the business of getting the actual traffic and starting to do that. And it's very interesting, I think. Like the boys will continue to work on this, refine it, and every time you open Market Samurai, if there's a new update, it just lets you know automatically. So there's a real rapid prototyping and testing thing that's going on with this particular platform as well, which I think is brilliant. And it's a metaphor for, I think, the most successful, you know, this is getting into product development, but I think that model is the way of the future in terms of getting stuff out. Too many times in product development, people try to wait until something is perfect. I think if you frame it the right way, now I think we did a good job of that in explaining how new this tool, like this functionality here, is literally a day old. So if you strike a problem with it, please raise a support ticket, because the guys have a team there answering those tickets, and they will get back to you. So, you know, double check and check that out as well. So, you know, I think rolling out products like this is absolutely the way to go, and that's interesting. But you've done so well. You know, if you guys have got to day 5, you've done extraordinarily well, particularly past day 3. You've done extraordinarily well, because there's a whole bunch of concepts which are basically, you know, they're foreign to anybody who hasn't started or done internet marketing before, and slowly but surely you'll start to assimilate those, you'll start to understand them as we go over the course of the next few weeks. Here's a literal interesting stat for you, just to really keep your enthusiasm high. 93%, I went back and checked the stats, 93% of people who have been successful in the 30-day challenge were successful on their second project inside the challenge. What do I mean by that? It means that the vast majority of people actually threw everything out at days 14 through 20 and started again from scratch, which is pretty extraordinary. So once you've learnt this once, and I think veterans will tell you that the second time you go through this process, it is so much easier. So, and you know, nobody had what we're about to drop tomorrow. Nobody had that. Nobody had that. So, you know, honestly, if you got 3 hours to go this year, you could still win the challenge. You could still make your dollar, in my humble opinion. I think you can. I've got to stop using that. I think Rick Butts has that like trademarked or something. But that is a very, very, very cool thing. And so I just want to mention all these things because, you know, so many people think they're getting behind, but it's not about that. It's about pacing yourself. There are catch-up days. A lot of the days are super, super simple from now on. Look at day 4, finding a couple of affiliate products. No big deal. Just go to Amazon, pick a couple of things, and we're off and away. So there we have it. All right, good. So what I thought I'd do now is just some let's have a look. Just checking my recording time. We're not going to have a huge amount of time for question and answers today, and there's a reason for that. Is that basically because the software tomorrow is so easy, somebody with a brain the size of a peanut could use it. when we looked around everywhere to see who should demonstrate this brand new piece of technology, and they had to correlate brain size and level of ability, everybody pointed to me. So I am the one that is producing the video for this new extraordinary piece of software, their hint. And so it'll be up to me to film it. So I have to buzz off, is what we say. No, June, I'm calling me a peanut. It's always okay to be completely abusive as long as it's to yourself. You know, I self-abuse myself all the time. Okay. With that, let's have a look. I'm going to go through my Twirl archives and look for people who have sent me. Can I be less cryptic? No, not really. Hang on, let's have a look here. I'm just seeing if people have sent me some analysis to have a look at. Somebody sent me a don't panic picture. Thank you. I might use that. Scrolling through tweets here. Make sure, as I say, just because I'm noticing a couple of people who tweeted me about Market Samurai, please, before you freak out, just go into Google's external keyword search. How do you find that? Type in Google external keyword tool in Google search and you'll go straight to it. Just type in the phrase there, okay? And if it comes up insufficient data, you're having a data center update. To triple confirm this, take a phrase that you absolutely know has traffic. We used to love male yeast infection as an example. And type that in. If that comes up in insufficient data, your data center that you're tapping into is having an update. You just need to go for a walk. That's what's going to happen. Okay, just scrolling through this. Sorry, I've, as you can imagine, got a few tweets to go through. God, there was dozens of them and now I can't find any. Okay, I thought this would be a good idea, and for the life of me, I cannot find them. What a shame. So, if you have a question, let's pop that up on the question links there, which has happened. Oh, hang on, Mike, is that one? Yes, it is. You beauty. All right, Mike, we'll use yours. Well done. Okay, we'll bring in Mike's here. And we'll play the analysis game. Okay, let's have a look. And we'll do this one and then we'll get into the question and answer section. Here we go, and go. Yes, Shannon, funnily enough, if you download all of the day's videos and try to watch Ustream, that is going to cause you some problems. Alright, let's have a look here, folks. Mike has sent in this particular analysis, beautifully put together, by the way. I love the highlighting and arrow. And he's picked a phrase which has a SEOT score of 136. Ting! And it has less than 30,000 competition. Ting ting! Which is fantastic. So let's have a look at what the competition analysis says. Okay, folks. Oh, well, thanks, Guru. Well done. Nice. Thanks for playing. Number 4 is a no-brainer. Yeah. And can people see? Why would we say that, folks? Look at it. Green PR1. Alexa. Unfortunately, Alexa's still there. It's just Alexa is just useless and often throws up red where you don't need to worry about it. Those first 3 have a lot of links into their page, but the fourth one only has 5. Okay, link domain is interesting. It's very interesting once you get into SEO in a big way, and it does have impact. But you can see that there. But then let's have a look at the rest of it. Greens on my favourite B-leg. Dmoz, no. Yahoo, no. The title is optimized. The URL is not optimized. Description and heading is good. Oh, the heading was optimized. So, and the age is okay. So you can see why. There we are. Now, here's the thing. Imagine that something that somebody tweeted me and said, and noticed that the URL seems to be very important. Like if you actually have the phrase inside your address. And that does have an impact. And imagine if there was some tool that could take your phrase and then you could register a URL which has that phrase in it, which then creates a website which is fully optimized, completely and utterly optimized at the press of the button, and it takes literally a minute to produce a site that would have that. Imagine that. That would be extraordinary, but unfortunately, folks, it doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist, so that's sad. That's sad that that's happened. So, mate, that's Mike. Answer to your question: double thumbs up. You could definitely do it, particularly after what you see tomorrow. You could definitely have a crack at that. But you see those first three positions; they're going to be hard to crack because there's a lot of work being built up with both of those. So number 4 is a part of it. And then, yeah, the harder, but that's definitely something that's worth having a look at. Okay, good. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to finish this up here, and then we're going to go to Q&A, and Caro is going to put that up. If you tweet, I'm not going to see it, I'm afraid, because because of how much tweeting I'm getting, I've got it wound down to only 10 tweets an hour, because it's otherwise I'd never get my tweets at all. So, alright folks, a short day is a good day. So you've got plenty of work to do, plenty of phrase stuff to catch up. We're going to have our break. We're going to, as I do that, we're going to come back after the video, Phil's wonderful song, and we are going to hit back with questions and answers. So see you after the jump, as they say in the classics.